Hi everybody, it's Maureen and I have a planner video for you today. And this is actually, I was contacted by a representative at Wordsworth Planner asking if I would do a review in exchange for a planner. And I said, sure, because I love planners. So I had never heard of this company before, but I went and checked them out. And they're sort of like a different genre, I guess, of planner that sort of started a while back, maybe a few years ago. It's gotten really popular, where it's really goal-oriented and there's focused areas for things like planning out goals and reflecting on what happened after the end of the month, whether or not you achieve those goals, sort of really structured to make you hopefully achieve those goals, like actually set goals and achieve them. And this is one of those. It's very different from like my Hobonichi, for example, which is just a date on the corner and a blank grid. This has a lot of structure to it. So it's a real big change for me from my Hobonichi. So I thought it would be really interesting for me to get it and try it out and see what it's like. First of all, it came in this really nice box, and it's so funny because I thought, wow, I didn't order a black planner, but of course it wasn't black. I got the teal version, and I actually got the horizontal weekly view. So it's got the stretchy band to keep it closed. It's got a pen loop. It's a smallish pen loop, but it's elastic, so I was able to shove my big old Lamy fountain pen in it. It's a really nice paper. It's kind of heavy weight, not super heavy. Like the planner itself is very light. It's about 5.5 by 8.5, which is about a half sheet of regular paper, US sort of letter size paper. And it's got this how to use your planner and benefits of the planner over here. And then the yearly calendars, and it's starting in 2017, has 2018, 19, and 2020, which, yeah, I know we're in 2019 already, but you can still get a full year's use out of this and still have some time left over to use this 2020 calendar. So this is undated. There's also this travel planning section, world map with time zones. That's kind of cool. I like that because I'm always looking up different time zones on the computer. And then some plain paper here, goals overview. So this is where you can set your goals and sort of plan out how you're going to achieve those goals. Here's a place for vision board inspiration. And then more, like I said, very structured. Personal goals. You can set personal goals with target dates for all kinds of different goals you have. And then goals with your family, friends, relationships, and your professional goals. And then another blank paper here, or dotted, I'm sorry. And I use this dotted paper to test out some stamping inks because I love to stamp in my planner. I'm a big rubber stamper. And so one of the biggest problems with the Hobonichi Tomoe River paper is that the stamping inks, pretty much everything bleeds through except chalk ink. So I wanted to sort of test, because this is a nice weight paper. It's a little bit thicker than just regular like printer paper, I think, anyway. And so I tested out a bunch of different inks. I tested out my very favorite, which is VersaFine Onyx Black, and the VersaFine Vintage Sepia, because if you want to do like more of an old-timey kind of look. Memento Tuxedo Black, Versa Magic Midnight Black, which Versa Magic is a chalk ink, and that's what I use in my Hobonichi. And then, just because I have a lot of them, I tested My Favorite Things and Altenew inks, and you can see on the back here there was some ghosting from the Vintage Sepia. There was a lot of ghosting from the Memento Tuxedo Black. No bleed through actually though, but really heavy ghosting for that one. The VersaFine regular Onyx Black did pretty well. Very little ghosting. You can hardly see that. So I was really happy about that because that is my favorite black ink. And then the My Favorite Things, there was really heavy ghosting. And then the Ultra New, heavy ghosting and practically bleed through. And then this area here has absolutely no ghosting, no bleed through, and that is the VersaMagic. So apparently the VersaMagic will work in this planner as well, but I would almost certainly also stamp with VersaFine unless I notice that it's becoming a problem, like maybe if I over ink it, or stamp something that has a lot of stamping space, it might bleed through or ghost more. But I really like how that VersaFine Onyx Black turns out a really crisp black. So I probably want to use that. So then here's your monthly section. And you can have spaces for monthly goals for all of those personal, family, friends, relationships, professionals, and notes. So I guess what you can do is if you're setting your goals over here and the target date is within that month, you can transfer it over and talk about what you're going to do this month to achieve that goal. Or it could be for future months because you have to work on goals constantly for most of them to get them to work out. So, there's a lot of structure here. And then like I said, this is undated. The whole thing is undated. There are 12 calendar months, pages. And so I took a stickers set from Design Lovely Studio. This is their monthly set from, I think it was last year, the April monthly. And I had to trim down a bunch of it. I can't remember if this was for Erin Condren or Happy Planner. I think it was Erin Condren. So I was able to use some stuff, but I had to cut it down a lot. But it works. I was most interested in the date covers, and then the date stickers. So that was mostly what I wanted. If I didn't have I had to really, really cut this down. The sticker was really big for the month. And even after cutting it down, it still barely fit. But if I didn't do that, I could always make my own stickers, use stamps, handwrite it, whatever. In case you don't know my planning style, I love stickers, like a lot of stickers. And the thing is, if you're going to use stickers, a lot of stickers in here, because it's a bound book. And by the way, it's kind of a hardcover, but under this faux leather cover. And it's got 3 of these ribbon bookmarks, which are finished at the end, so you don't have to worry about it fraying. You could add on charms or little dangly things to these if you want. I just chose to leave them for now anyway. But yeah, if you use a lot of stickers, for instance, if I'm using this month, the monthly stickers every month, it's going to bulk up. And then when I go to the weekly section, if I use the stickers in the same place every week, it's going to bulk up. And by the end of a year, you probably won't be able to close it. So that's just a word of caution. That is one reason why I usually prefer 3-ring binder type planners, which is why I took my Hobonichi out of its binding and put it into a 3-ring binder, because I use a lot of stickers and I know that ahead of time. I don't want to stop, so I know my book is going to get really bulked up, and so that's why I took it apart. But this one is a little bit different. Since I'm already using my Hobonichi cousin rings for my daily planning, I was sort of sitting here and thinking, what am I going to use this one for? And I came up with the idea that I'm going to use it for my crafting. I'm a really big crafter. I do stamping and card making and planning and art journaling and watercoloring and all kinds of stuff. I'm a really creative person, but sometimes I get overwhelmed because I have a lot of stuff, I have a lot of ideas, and I have a lot of urges to create different things. And so sometimes I can get a little bit stuck thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What do I really want to do? What do I want to do for this hour? What do I want to do for this hour? So I thought I'd use this planner for my creative endeavors. And so this is the weekly view. I didn't count if there are actually 52, but I am assuming there are a lot. And let me show you, this is the blank view of it. You can see very structured. This week's top focus, notes, I'm grateful for, reflection, and then it has all the days, and then Saturday and Sunday are half-halved here. And then you have a to-do list for every day, and then the top 4 checkboxes are priority, and the bottom 4 checkboxes are secondary. And then you don't have anything in the weekend view, so you can write whatever you want there. And what I did was I actually covered it up with a sticker kit, and this is actually another Design Lovely Studio sticker kit. This is a 2-page sticker kit meant for the mini Happy Planner, and so this worked out really well. The date covers were a nice size to fit over here. But this is what I'm talking about. If you're going to be putting date covers and things in the same place every single week, it's really going to bulk up, especially in those particular spots. So you might want to be careful, maybe not do as much decorating, or perhaps you're not going to use the planner for an entire year, which would make it a little bit thinner. So I put in this big section, the daily section, just what I was doing, which is watching some YouTube of watercoloring. And then instead of doing priority and secondary, I put some stickers over it and I named them AM and PM. And so, like, for example, I wanted to work on my atmospheric watercolor, film this review, and set up all my planners for this week. And then in the afternoon, I want to organize my stickers. And you can see I don't have everything set up yet because that was one of my to-dos, was to set up the planners for this week. And I didn't actually get around to doing that this morning because I was working on my atmospheric watercolor for way too long. But I'm not sure if that's actually working out. I might actually keep it priority and secondary because that might work better for me. I'm just figuring out, I just got this last week and I'm just now figuring out what I want to do with it. So that's what I'm doing with it right now. I will definitely update you either on YouTube or on Instagram with how it's going and if I continue to use it the same way or if I change it up a little. And then for the third ribbon, I have it back here. There's just this, after the last week, blank week, there's just a whole bunch of dotted pages. And then in the very end, you have some completely blank, not even dotted pages. And then there's a nice pocket back here, and bonus, there are some stickers. So they've actually included some fun stickers for you to use in your book. You can mark things like birthdays and nights out and shopping and importance, and there's some arrows and some encouragement. Let's do this. So yeah, that's fun. And then of course you can stick your own stuff back here. And so it's a really nice planner. I'm really glad I got a chance to get one and review it for you. And like I said, I will keep you updated how I'm using it. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll have all the links for you for the Wordsworth website, and you can pick up your own planner if you would like to do so. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.